this time of year. I love the flowers that have come out. I love the birds being really busy. They've built their nest, they've reared their young, and now they're feeding them. Probably they've fledged by now. I have lovely lavender at the front, and the bees are very busy getting the nectar from the lavender. And I watch the birds. I sit in here quite a lot because I love to watch the birds. And you know the saying, there's a pecking order. There's definitely a pecking order out there. There are the ground feeders, which are usually robins and blackbirds. And I am always trying to find a way of feeding the robins without the blackbirds eating it first. So I now have a big cage out there that only small birds can get into. But there are the ones that can feed from feeders, and the ones that can't, like the pigeons and the collared doves and the starlings that can't get in because I've got them guarded as well. They're waiting on the ground for the things that the wee birds knock down, because for every seed they eat, they knock about 3 over. So I watch them, and that saying, there's a pecking order, there definitely is. I was in the kitchen the other day looking out the window at the birds as usual when I was doing the dishes, and I saw what I thought was a collared dove, the colour of a collared dove, land on the pergola. But the commotion that followed made me think, what's going on there? And I realised, for the first time I have ever seen a bird of prey on the pergola. Yes, I've seen a buzzard in the garden before, but the birds went mad and they all ran away, flew away. And it was every man for himself, or every bird for himself, as they tried to escape. And that made me think of the Bible story that there are wolves among sheep in sheep's clothing, that everything we see is not necessarily what it really is. And I thought I saw a collared dove, but the birds definitely knew it wasn't. When I think about church, we were talking in Bible study about Christianity being countercultural, where in the world you're trying to get on, be the boss, be somebody that other people look up to, having to sell yourself. Church is absolutely not that. Christianity is everybody is equal. And there are people in church with different roles. We do have a minister, we have a session, we have a committee, but each one of us in any of those roles is not any better or any less than anybody else. So if you just go to church, come in and go home, if you come in, make the tea after church and serve other people, if you are warbling in the choir or in warm space, which is a very different sound, if you're painting flats for Panto, or if you're working on Wee Job Wednesday, all of us are equal. And we have to guard ourselves against that worldly thought that what we do makes us more important than others. None of it does. Andrew would even say his role is the teaching elder, who is, again, just one of the rest of us. We need to remember that. We need to look after each other. We need to encourage each other. We need to praise each other. We don't need to pull each other down. We've got a group of kids from Cumber going to Summer Madness at the weekend. Some are going from First Cumber, some are going from Second Cumber, lots are going from the net. They're going to be in a crowd of hundreds of young people, not all Christians, not all the ones going from Cumber will be Christians, but they are really going to hear the message of Jesus. And we want them to come back into our congregations and feel valued and accepted. And just because there's no pecking order doesn't mean there's no respect. Whether you're 5 or 15 or 50 or 95, all of us are important in God's eyes, and we all need to respect each other for what we bring. There's a story in the Bible about the vine and the branches, and the vine needs all of the branches. All of us are important. I just want to read, to finish off, I just want to read a verse or two about love. It's from Romans 12, verse 9. Love must be sincere. Hate what is evil. Cling to what is good. Be devoted to one another in brotherly love. Honour one another above yourselves. Never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervour, serving the Lord. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Share with God's people who are in need. Practice hospitality. Bless those who persecute you. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Mourn with those who mourn. Live in harmony with one another. Don't be proud, but be willing to associate with people of low position. Don't be conceited. Do not repay anyone evil for evil. Be careful to do what is right in the eyes of everybody. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. Don't take revenge, my friends, but leave room for God's wrath. For it is written, "It is mine to avenge, I will repay, says the Lord." On the contrary, if your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him something to drink. In doing this, you will heap burning coals on his head. Do not overcome